Right. Ma'am, as we talk about Krishna Janmabhoomi, we've just accessed another picture from perhaps what is seen as the survey. Survey, there we go. We've got the picture here. Let's come here. And it's all happening in our newsroom. Our assignment desk is literally on fire today, getting us all the updates fast and first. Now, this is what it is. In one of the pictures of the survey images, here, this is the entire Gyanvapi Parisar, the masjid complex. Look at the motifs. You have the lotus, you have a symbol of what looks like a shivling, but more importantly, it looks like a place where you can light diyas and lanterns. So it's one corner that has been seen. You have the lotus motifs here. You have everything which is Sanatan, which is there on this wall. This is inside the Gyanvapi Masjid. This is inside the Gyanvapi Parisar. So this is the wall which many are saying is the wall that is remnants of the fact that there was a mosque which was built over a temple, and it was to trample upon the astha of Hindus, to put them down and to show them their place and to ensure that there is no spreading of knowledge of Sanatan Pratha. And this was done during the time of Aurangzeb in 1669. But following that, there are multiple evidences and chronicled by neutral people. There are neutral entities, French travelers, British travelers, and so many others who have between 1700 till about 1945, 1950, regularly written that Hindus continue to have access, they continue to go there to pray. In fact, so much so that as much as in 1868, the Gyan Bauri, that's what it was called at that time, that is the Gyanvapi, was operational, and devotees could go there and drink a little bit of the well or the water from that well. That is the level to which there was access to devotees. As of 15th August 1947, a lot of these places had access where Hindus could go ahead and continue to pray to their Ishtadev, despite the fact that a portion of it was converted into a mosque. This is the case in Kashi. As far as the Krishna Janmabhoomi is concerned, this is trampling upon Hindu Astha. Three important places which Dr. Swami said are non-negotiable for the Hindus, despite 40,000 temples being trampled upon. These are three which cannot be replaced, and these three are, of course, where the Adilinga or the Jyotirlinga of Shiva is there in Banaras, the oldest city even mentioned, which finds a mention even in Rigveda. The Janmabhoomi, or the birthplace of Krishna, the exact spot is mentioned, and there is access even now in Mathura, but you have to go from inside caves and a small narrow tunnel and path and bend your head, and it's not a clear access. It's the masjid on top, and they have allowed perhaps the basement area from where you can go up to the Garbhagriha. But as far as Ram Janmabhoomi was concerned, that was the third place where again you cannot change the spot where Lord Ram was born, and that's also been mentioned in our scriptures. Going back to Ranjanaji, these pictures are proof enough. There are many people who know. Aren't you a little pained when I come back to Kashi Vishwanath and even Krishna Janmabhoomi, that there are those who know that this is a seat, or this is a place very special to Hindu Astha or Hindu people, but despite that they refuse to give it up.
Look at it is very important that 6 Moksha Nagaris are there: Ayodhya, Mathura, Maya, Kashi, Kanchi. So Ayodhya is the first Nagari, and Hindu people believe that only on the darshan of the Ayodhya, Mathura, Kashi, people get salvation. And salvation is our integral and fundamental right to get salvation. So
Yeah.
Ayodhya is over now. Mathura and Kashi. If you go to Mathura, and you will see there the Eidgah, which is situated over the exact birthplace of Lord Krishna, then the people of faith and belief will definitely cry. What about the birthplace of Lord Krishna? Exactly, a temple can be replaced at any place. Masjid, Eidgah can be replaced, but so far as concern of Janmabhoomi is concerned, it cannot be replaced. It cannot be compensated in terms of money or anything. And in Kashi, there is a Adi Vishweshwar, there is a Swayambhu deity. Adi Vishweshwar is Swayambhu deity, and there are 12 Jyotirlingas, in which 5 Jyotirlingas are Swayambhus, and in Kashi Vishwanath, Lord Adi Vishweshwar is a Swayambhu deity. So it cannot be compensated, it cannot be shifted at any cost. So people of India, people of we, people just like me, will never be enter into any compromise, will never say for any compromise for these places and Goshala also.
Huh. Well, absolutely. I've got Pranshu Mishra with me. Ranjana ji, please stay with me. Pranshu Mishra with me on the phone line. Pranshu, this report, this 18, 19-page report, beyond doubt indicates or points to the fact that the claim that it was a fawara evidence did not match with the claim that it was a fawara. But the Wadi Paksh's claim that this is a shivling, there was enough and more evidence. But more importantly, I'm just reading the last but one paragraph as I come to you, where it says, वादी गण की अधिवक्ता द्वारा कमीशन की कार्रवाई के दौरान ध्यान आकृष्ट कराया गया कि पूर्वी दिशा वजू स्थल के स्थान के पीछे पूर्व में एक स्थान में नीचे उतरने का स्थान है। इसकी पैमाइश की गई जिसमें 4 सीढ़ी उतरकर उत्तर दिशा में 4 फीट 2 इंच चौड़ाई की गली कायम है जो कि उत्तर की तरफ नापने और 28 फीट 9 इंच पाई गई। इसमें पूर्व की तरफ दरवाजे के स्थान को ईंट चिनाई से बंद किया गया जो कि सीढ़ी से करीब 4-5 फीट बाद है और उसके मुंह पूर्व की तरफ पत्थर की दीवार है जिसमें भी दरवाजा होने का आभास होता है। मस्जिद के ऊपरी ढलान कोर्टयार्ड के पूर्व स्थित वजू स्थान पर दक्षिण में 3 शौचालय के बाद उत्तर दिशा की तरफ चलने पर एक बड़ा स्नानागार और उसके 3 और शौचालय स्थित हैं। उसके बाजू करीब 4.5 फीट चलने के बाद एक कुआं है जिसमें पानी मौजूद है जिसकी फोटोग्राफी और वीडियोग्राफी कराई गई। So Pranshu, is this kuwa the Gyanvapi as per the map of James Prinsep, because it's the same direction? And secondly, which is this route where this wall has now been put which blocks the access as the steps go down? And that's what's mentioned, that since that wall is there, we could not complete and go down right down to the end of the stairs and see what is there at the bottom of this tank, or where does this structure which the Wadi Paksh is saying is actually a shivling, what's the base? They couldn't see that very clearly.
Well, Anand, what I'll say is that the matter is still sub judice, and the report which has been submitted, it will clearly be seen as a Hindu side. Ranjana Agnihotri is here on the panel. The Hindu side will clearly see it as a big vindication of their claim of it being a shivling. The content of this report clearly will, embolden them. But what I can tell the viewers is that, what is going to be the legal processes. The report which has been collected by the Advocate Commissioner, it is in form of a certain evidence before the court, and now these findings will be argued from either side. So both the petitioners in this case, that is the Hindu side, as well as the respondents, will come with arguments and counter-arguments. So every point in this 19-page report, the claims about Shivlinga, the claim about Akritis, the claim about Hindu idols being found, the well being found, every claim will be contested and counter-contested by both the sides. So ultimately, these findings, these points which have been mentioned in the survey report, whether they convince the court to actually give a ruling in the original case which is pending before them. And the original case was that the 5 women petitioners wanted all throughout the year access to the Shringar Gauri temple,
Right.
so that the Pujan Arjan could be done. So what I'll say is that, see, as a reporter, what we can say is that at the moment, this report emboldens the claims of the Hindu side, but there's still a legal proceeding to continue happen in the court, and Muslim side
Right.
will really get its time to for the counter arguments and try to bust
Right.
the report which has been submitted by the Advocate Commissioner.
Right. Now we've got